Burma is not even willing to accept those people who are born in Burmese land. So now what happened to those Rohingyas who were born in Malaysia, who were born in Bangladesh, who were born in Saudi Arabia, who were born in India? So ultimately, if Burma is even willing to accept those people who were born in Burmese land, which is about to die maybe after 70, 80 years, they will still not take those people who were born outside Burma. The Rohingya will always somehow remain in a state of limbo forever. So every government has their own limitation, their own mandate, own way of doing things and handling things, whether it's important, and every country have their own problems to handle as well. So we became the last agenda of anywhere. Bangladesh itself is like, overcrowded population and they have minimum resources. Malaysia have some other problems, Saudi Arabia have some other problems. Something we have to do ourselves within the Rohingya and ask other people to join us. This is exactly what we're doing, and this is part of the pitch we are doing here today. A digital empowerment platform for the Rohingya where they can do some sort of things digitally. So I'm going to go into it now. So what we are looking at, Rohingya project is divided into three main components. One is identity, and another one is financial inclusion, another one is social upliftment. So these are the three triangles of the Rohingya project. We are using blockchain technology to produce this self-sovereign identity with a very sophisticated verification mechanism to identify a claim that a person is, whether he's Rohingya or not. So we have 5 layers of methodology, 5 layers of mechanism to look into it, and then register them and give them a digital identity. So once they have digital identity, we are now bringing financial inclusion. Today, no Rohingya, forget about opening a bank account, forget about having bonds and stocks and other financial services. Rohingya cannot even receive and send money through Western Union. This is how devastating it is. If you have a brother in Bangladesh or somewhere else, if you want to send, you want to receive, they can't get it. So the basic service of this facility, so we believe that since Rohingya have so many problems, we have health issue, we have educational issue, we have logistic, we have immigration, we have so many, and one of them is financial and identity. So we are targeting the two main things. If we can fix the identity issue and using financial inclusion, the rest of the door will open. If you have money, then you can say, okay, I want to go to this hospital because I want to treat my son, my kids, my wife. And then I want to send my children to this particular school and so on. So the rest of the door, it can open by itself. Blockchain is basically the first version of the way internet works, right? When internet comes, nobody believes what is internet and nobody wants to endorse internet. Today, nobody needs, internet does not need anybody's endorsement today. It runs by itself and nobody controls it. And a lot of people like it, some people don't like it. But still, it's working way through. And then, this internet protocol, then it came up with many, many applications. Then first application was email. People can send in messages, then they don't have to send the letters and all these things. WhatsApp, and then video call, and then you have many, many other things which is building. So blockchain is now whether people understand it or people likes it or people adopt it or not, it is going so rapidly. Blockchain gives you access to many other, because it is not centralized, it is decentralized, and most importantly, it is not in control of anybody, which means nobody has the kill switch to kill you because you have a different faith, because you have a different point of view than me, because you are politically represent something else, all those things. So what blockchain can do is what we are seeing today is now we are, our Rohingya project is now on the implementation of the first phase, where we are now trying to do Rohingya, give them a digital identity, and then give them financial inclusion. And social upliftment is giving them training on the blockchain as well, to work on it and to find some ways to earn a better, dignified way, so that they don't have to wait for a bag of rice, so that they don't have to. So, and eventually, this is not going to stop it here in the Rohingya project. So we are now trying to create the first ever model in the world that how can you bring stateless people and then put them back into the map and then become sustainable. Once that project is done, we're going to open this to every other stateless people around the world. And most importantly, these are just stateless people. Now, UN has estimated there are 65 million refugees around the world, and it's supposed to double by 2020 or 21 or something like that. So now you just imagine that how many 100 million people will be stateless, so that then bank have a lot of KYC mechanisms. So when these things happen, things will be much easier and faster and smoother. So we are looking for a sustainable way, an alternative way, and most importantly that empowers people, and rather than producing. If you really look at it, the question I'm going to leave you with, 65 million of refugees, 10 million of these stateless people, who has produced this? Centralized institution or decentralized institution? Thank you very much.